Hey there guys, welcome to the channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Kayla, and here I share all my autism tips and experiences to help out other families living with autism. Today, very quickly, I'm just going to share with you guys 3 of my favorite tips and most effective tips to get your autistic child talking more. Number 1, talk as much as you possibly can. I know as parents we already talk more than we need to, but the truth is when you have a child with autism that is not talking as much, you talking in very simple, easy to understand language can be so effective. Even if initially they're not talking back to you, it is going in on one level or another, and it is hopefully eventually going to come out. It did for me and Shane. When Shane was like 3 or 4, barely, using sentences, simple one-word sentences in communication, it was difficult for me. So I just started talking a lot. I would talk about the colors of the sky and the texture of the floor. When I put a plate down in front of him, I'd say, oh wow, look, you have green and red grapes and a orange and a white piece of bread. Like I would just talk to talk. Keep it simple, straightforward, but just get as much language in them as you possibly can. What I mean by that is just say words. For example, if your child is putting on their boots, you can say, oh wow, let's put your boot on the right foot. I like the color of your boots. Do you like the color blue? Blue is a really nice color, that sort of thing. I would talk about colors and textures of things all the time. I would say to him, wow, Shani, look, do you like mommy's new gray and blue carpet? Let's put it on the floor, when I pulled it out of the grocery bag or the Walmart bag, that sort of thing. I'd put a fork down beside him. Wow, Shani, look at this fork. It's so shiny. Here's your silver fork. I'm gonna put it beside the red plate. You literally will sound like a crazy person. I remember a woman staring at me in Walmart as I talked to Shane about all the things we saw while we were standing in the line and the way they might taste and the colors that they were. But who cares what other people think? Just talk, keep it simple, but get as much in them as you possibly can so that eventually, hopefully, they start, talking a bit more. Give your child the space and the time they need to use the words and the language that you are trying to teach them. As parents, we know our kids very well. We anticipate their needs, especially as autism parents. But the thing is if we're not giving them the time and the space to use the language, they're just not going to. Our kids are perfectly fine with letting us, talk for them and do things for them because talking is difficult, right? So why not let mom do it? Why not let dad do it? Give them a moment, even if it's a bit of an awkward pause. Let them use the word cookie, or let them say the word k when they're the sound k when they want the cookie, or encourage them and give them the time and the space that they need to try to do some talking before you anticipate their needs. Sit in on every single speech and language session that your child goes to. If they're having it at school, email with their speech and language pathologist about how the session went and what they did so that you can repeat that session in everyday life at home. I used to do this with me and Shane's speech and language pathologist, and we still do it to this day, and it really, really helps. If they were learning in and on during speech therapy prepositions, I would be doing prepositions at home when we were doing laundry or at the park, just letting him know, like, let's put the ball on the slide, well, let's put the toys in the bag, that sort of thing. It was amazing how quickly I saw Shane's language soar when I started to repeat what he was learning in speech and language at home. Speech and language development is a long and sometimes very difficult process for many autism families. That's why I wanted to share with you my top 3 tips to easily encourage your child to use language a little bit more. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to find out what I post next, hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.